I haven't gamed in weeks because my current graphics card is kind of experiencing some issues with artifacting, and anytime it gets any kind of serious load, it just goes absolutely crazy. Worse still, I've been extremely busy making YouTube videos, so I haven't had time to even really do anything fun or personal. Because if I'm not making YouTube videos, I'm doing things around the house or whatever it may be. Worse even still, I've had this RTX 4090 for almost an entire week now, and I haven't even powered it on a single time. And I've even made a video about it already. So today I've knocked out another video and I've edited it and it's pretty much ready to roll out. So I'm gonna take the time to get this plugged in, set up, and at least experience it for, I don't know, a few minutes to say for just in this video, how much ever time we spend in this video. But before we do that, we also have to add a couple of fans. I've already actually done this because I had the fans like 2 weeks ago, but we need to power them because they're not powered. So I bought this Fantex fan controller. I already have one of these, so we'll be adding a second one in there because I have more fans now. And then we will get this one plugged in and I will finally be able to experience what it's like to play at 4K, more than 60 FPS with this graphics card. So let's get started. It's funny because I bought the Lian Li Dynamic Evo specifically for an RTX 4090 and well, I didn't have one, so I did this full build without the graphics card. So it actually finally feels good to be able to do this install finally. And I've completely forgotten how to take this thing apart. Oh, and I lost my screwdriver from my previous video. Okay, well, thankfully at least this thing has thumb screws, so for the most part I can take it apart without actually, oh no, I do need a screwdriver for this top screw. All right. See if I can find my iFixit kit. Totally overkill screwdriver for this, but hey, drastic times call for drastic measures. As I mentioned earlier, I added 2 new fans. There's one at the base of the case and one at the top of the case. This just get more airflow in here, especially now that I'm moving to a triple fan stylized card instead of a blower fan. I also put this bottom fan in here for my blower card, so that way it gets some fresh air in there to help get it exhausted since it's at a different angle, or mounted vertically. But this top fan's not powered, and we need to power both of these fans with the last plug on my motherboard. So I guess we can go ahead and get the graphics card removed because we won't be needing this, and it'll also kind of be in the way. Like, I can't get my hands underneath this thing to unlatch it. Why did they do this? And now I'm stuck. Let's make our way to the back of the case so we can go ahead and begin losing screws all over the floor. No, but to get our Fantex fan controller mounted. Now, I've heard a lot of people complain about fan controllers or hubs in the past, but I already have a Fantex one in my case that's been working for, I don't know, 5-6 years. No complaints about this one yet, so that's why I bought a second one. So my hope is that if this one has worked for so long, then the other one should also work for just as long. Oh, okay, no, I do. This goes to the motherboard. This one goes to the motherboard. This is power. The SATA one is power. Okay, now I've got everything figured out. Jeez. Have you ever built computers before? You already installed one. How do you not know this? You should know all this. Yeah, so like I mentioned before, it's magnetic, so you can literally just stick these things anywhere in a case, and it's freaking awesome. We'll probably mount this one right next to the previous one, so they'll sit next to each other, I think, and we'll route these cables so it looks obviously a lot more clean, but that's gonna be pretty dope. Okay, so mounting this one next to the other Fantex controller is just not gonna work out because I need a top fan and bottom fan mounted together. And if you don't know, removing these connectors from inside the Fantex controller could be a real pain, and that's why I'm using whatever these are called, pliers. So we're gonna have to find a new place for this. I'm thinking to instead mount it up here, maybe something like this, and that way all of the cables can reach and be powered from that one controller. I think that's what we're gonna do. As some of you may remember from the previous video, I've actually pre-ran all 4 of the PCI connectors that I need for my graphics card, or for the adapter really. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably just go play it really safe and just route all of these up top, and then that way they can hang down over the graphics card. That way there is no bend at all on this cable because I don't want it to burst into flames. Unfortunately, we will have to use this until my Corsair cable gets here. When that is, nobody knows. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna let everything hang basically just above and plug in. So we're gonna go the ugly route for now. Potentially block some airflow and just pass them through to the front like so. And this should reach because the adapter is very long or very tall itself. So I don't think we'll have any issues with length. And I'll probably try, man, this is gonna be ugly. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with this. We'll try and clean this up on the rear, but I don't think there's really much we're gonna be able to do. Here's the cable management I settled with. All of the PCI cables are just shoved basically along that channel and then routed to the front of the case. And then the other fan controllers kind of just sitting in there, and things are not really cable managed, as you could tell, but it'll look clean from the other side. All right, time to get the graphics card installed. Here's the new one. Oh boy. And here's my old Titan X, one of the previously most powerful graphics cards on the planet. It looks like a baby in comparison to this thing. All right, here we go. I'm going at an angle to get over a lip. Oh, I think it's too tall. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We just need to come back, go to angle again. Seem to be stuck on something. There we go. Oh, I missed. Overshot. There we go. Now we're in. Okay, it totally fits. And the lip I was talking about is this right here that we need to get over. And we did it. The final fit. It looks pretty good, I must say. Getting over this lip was a bit of a challenge, but card is in there, fits good. But there's only one problem. Well, the Darkrook Pro 4 is pretty large, and the fan sits just over the connector down there. So I think we might need to remove this fan in order to get the card powered on. It never stops. There's nowhere else to mount that fan, so we're just gonna have to risk higher CPU temps, which honestly should be fine. We're not running anything crazy in this computer. All we have is there we go. Wow, that's a tight fit. It did not want to go in there. All we have in this system is a 5800X. So this should be more than enough, or more than capable of keeping that cool even during extended gaming sessions, even with just a single 140mm fan. I'm not too worried about it. I'd like to have it, but it's okay if we don't. That's plugged in nice and securely and very straight, I might add, so hopefully no risk of fire. Let's get these bad boys plugged in. What an absolute terrible design. Holy cow. At least they included an adapter. I feel like we should be thankful for that, but somehow I just don't feel very thankful for this adapter. All right, all four are nice and secure, I believe. Oh, I heard a little snap, so that one wasn't all the way in. It's about as straight as I can get. So when my house burns down, we have a documented reason why. I think that's okay. That's not too much of a bend, I don't think. We're only really pushing one of the cables back. We're not really bending it. It's just pushed backwards. I hope that's okay. And I hope we don't burst or burn down the house because of that. But yeah, it's kind of ugly AF. There's not really much I can do about this. Like I said, once we get that new adapter in from Corsair, all that should be cleaned up. All that's left to do is get this thing put back together, and then we will be able to finally play. I am so freaking excited. I've been waiting for this moment for so long, and it's finally here. And all I want to do is play games. Like, maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe I should have finished my other videos that I need to do before I put this thing together. But honestly, we need to test to make sure this thing even works, because I have a 14-day return period and I've already lost a bunch of those days. So if anything's wrong with the card, I need to know, just in case. Like, let's say it just doesn't work at all, right? Some like weird defect. Where's my glass panel? What did I do with it? All right, here we go. First boot time. That's good. It burst into flames immediately. Hopefully we get video. This is always the worst part where you're just like waiting to see anything besides black screen. Heck yes. We are in, baby. We just gotta get drivers updated and then we can play some games finally. Holy cow, man. Yeah, it's still configured in 1080p because that was the only way to use the gaming computer. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Okay, when I previously played this game, I was getting maybe 60 FPS peaks with lows all the way down to, I don't know, like 40s or 20s. And this is like a perfect time to test this out because it's raining outside. We've got all the weather effects, and right now I'm sitting at 103, 104, 105 FPS. So this is about perfect. As long as I'm like cruising at 100, I think I'll be good. I was hoping to at least be at 60 at a minimum. So, you know, having the 4090 do 100 FPS in this game, it's like completely unoptimized, is really good. And by the way, for those of you that play Tarkov, right now have the AI count to high. So that means we're taking a pretty big hit to our frames because there's a lot of AI out there somewhere. Almost completely forgot how to play this game. Oh god, he's right there. I almost died already. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to finally have smooth frames. I'm so happy right now. So we just had a dip over there to 64, 67, 65, 63. That's pretty bad. Now if this was my old graphics card, oh man, I don't know. I would be having a real bad time right now. Probably like low 30s, maybe high 20s. If the 4090 is pulling 62 frames right now, I can't imagine what the Titan would be pulling. All right, well, that pretty much wraps up this video. I would love to stay and chat and talk about other things, but unfortunately, I've got some games to play because I have a lot of videos that I need to make here in the future. So I want to try and get some gaming in while I can on my little, my very, very, very little break. And so I just want to end by thanking each and every one of you for watching my videos. I wouldn't be able to own a 4090 right now if it wasn't for all of you who regularly watch the channel and keep up. So thank you so much for all of that. And yeah, guys, it's time to go play. So see you later. And yeah, I'm going this way this time.